It started as a simple story, a tall, faceless figure in a suit, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike. A tale born in the depths of the internet. But what if it wasn't just a story? What if Slender Man was real? Slender Man, the creature of our nightmares, an urban legend that has haunted the internet for over a decade. It began as a piece of creepypasta short horror fiction shared online. But as time passed, the legend of Slender Man grew. It spread like wildfire, far beyond a simple story, captivating millions with its terrifying mythos. Slender Man is a tall, unnervingly thin figure, with skin as white as snow and wearing a black suit. But what makes him so terrifying isn't just his appearance, it's his lack of a face. His head is smooth like a mannequin, devoid of any recognizable features. His limbs, long and spindly, stretch far beyond human proportions. And then there are the tentacles, sometimes described as long, dark appendages that extend from his back, writhing in the air. He moves with a graceful, unnatural speed, always watching, always waiting. The origins of Slender Man trace back to 2009. A user on the Something Awful forum posted a series of photoshopped images showcasing a tall, eerie figure in the background of children's photographs. These images, coupled with a brief backstory, launched the creature into the world of internet horror. It didn't take long for the Slender Man mythos to evolve. Writers, creators, and horror enthusiasts across the web began to contribute to his story. The legend grew. Slender Man was now no longer just a figure in photographs. He was an entity that haunted the minds of children, whispering into their ears, manipulating them into terrible acts. And the worst part? The more people talked about him, the stronger he became. What makes Slender Man so terrifying isn't just his physical form, it's the power he has over those who come into contact with him. Many believe that Slender Man can control minds, infiltrating the thoughts of his victims. He lures children, especially those who are vulnerable, convincing them to do his bidding. Witnesses claim to have felt his presence an overwhelming sense of dread, a chill in the air, a feeling that someone is watching you, but you can't quite see them. And then in the shadows, you glimpse him, the tall, faceless figure. And once you see him, it's said that there's no escaping him. Slender Man is more than a simple stalker. He's a predator, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, following his victims silently, draining their sanity until they snap. But what happens when his influence becomes too powerful? When his victim is no longer able to distinguish between reality and the horrors he's planted in their mind? One of the most chilling aspects of the Slender Man legend is his connection to children. It's said that Slender Man targets young minds, those who are impressionable and full of fear. He manipulates them, whispering his name in their ears, filling their thoughts with images of violence, isolation, and terror. It's almost as if Slender Man feeds on the vulnerability of youth. Children, drawn to his strange allure, begin to believe in his power. And it's not just a belief in some cases, it becomes an obsession. An unhealthy fixation with Slender Man grows, and soon, it's all they can think about. Some children even claim to have seen him in their dreams, standing at the edge of their vision, lurking in the corners of their minds. He tells them he's real, and slowly, over time, the belief becomes something far more dangerous. The idea that they are meant to serve him. In 2014, the world learned just how real the legend of Slender Man had become. Two 12-year-old girls from Wisconsin, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire, lured their friend, Peyton Leutner, into the woods. There, they attempted to sacrifice her to Slender Man, believing that by doing so, they would be accepted into his realm. The crime was brutal. Morgan and Anissa stabbed their friend 19 times, leaving her for dead in the woods. They believed that Slender Man would come to them, that he would reward them for their devotion. But what they didn't understand is that Slender Man is no savior. He doesn't offer protection. He doesn't offer salvation. He uses people for his own gain. Incredibly, Peyton survived. She crawled to a nearby road where a passerby helped her get medical attention. The story sent shockwaves across the world. It was a terrifying reminder that sometimes the legends we create can become too real. Over the years, as Slender Man's legend has spread, his story has evolved in many ways. Some versions of the myth portray him as a guardian of the forest, protecting the creatures that live there, while others depict him as a murderous, mind-controlling entity lurking in the shadows, waiting to claim those he deems worthy. There are even accounts of Slender Man's origins, with some claiming he was once a human who was cursed and transformed by the very darkness he sought to control. Others say he is an ancient creature, existing long before humanity, born from the fears of those who first ventured into the forests of the world. As his myth continues to grow, so do the accounts of his encounters. People claim to have seen him in the woods, standing motionless at the edge of their vision, or even appearing in their photos and videos lurking in the background, always just out of focus. Slender Man has gone beyond the confines of the internet. His myth has seeped into mainstream pop culture, becoming a symbol of fear, paranoia, and the unknown. He's appeared in films, games, and even TV shows, often as the figure that represents the darkness lurking within. There have been multiple attempts to capture the terrifying presence of Slender Man in movies like Slender Man, 2018, and numerous video games, including the infamous Slender the 8 Pages, where players must escape his grasp in a dark forest while collecting scattered pages. Despite his portrayal in media, though, one thing remains true: Slender Man is not just a fictional creature. He is a living, breathing myth that continues to grow stronger with every telling, every image, every video. The more people speak of him, the more powerful he becomes. Slender Man may have started as a simple internet myth, but he's no longer confined to the virtual world. He has taken on a life of his own, existing in the minds of people around the world. People are still drawn to him, still terrified of the faceless figure that haunts their nightmares. Perhaps that's the true horror of Slender Man, not that he's just a figure in a story, but that he's something that lives within all of us, feeding on our fear, our belief, and our fascination. So next time you find yourself alone in the dark, or if you happen to wander into the woods, you may feel the presence of someone watching you from the corner of your eye. You may hear the rustling of leaves, the snap of a twig beneath a heavy footstep. But when you look around, you won't see anyone. Because Slender Man doesn't need to be seen. He just needs you to believe. And the moment you do, he will be there,